Welcome back to Slide Tackles Only. I am John here in Virginia and joined as always by my good friend Frog. We're here to talk about all the footballing going on over the past week and weekend. A very entertaining week, that's for sure. Some entertaining games over the weekend. Frog, how you doing
Absolutely.
today?
Oh man, I'm hot. I'm tired. And about 20 minutes ago, I was like, I really don't want to do this. And then I was like, let's get at it. Because
Fair.
there's nothing I enjoy more on a bad day than soccer. So
Fair. We put this off for a few days because both of us have been, absolutely wiped out.
it has been a
Um,
week, my
which I
dude.
think, yeah, fair. But I think that's a good thing because we had some fun Champions League the past few days here. Um, I know I was in North Carolina this past weekend, so I wasn't able to watch all the games that I normally am. Pretty much just watched Frankfurt lose a lot. Last Thursday, lost to
Ooh.
Real Madrid 2-1 for the Frauen Champions League qualifiers. Lost on Friday 3-1 to Leverkusen in the league. Lost again on Sunday for the Frauen 3-0 to Hoffenheim. And the Frauen lost again today 3-0 to Real Madrid, but thankfully Frankfurt men took care of business in the Champions League today.
A 5-1 spanking of
Yeah, man.
Galatasaray. Let's talk
Yeah,
about it.
that.
I didn't watch it because I was working. And when I got back, I just wanted to play Mass Effect and relax because I've never beaten any of the Mass Effect games, and I just joined a Mass Effect 5e server on Discord to play games. So
Hell yeah.
I feel like I got to actually play it now.
Like it, you should. My brother really loves Mass Effect. He actually bought me one of the games for my birthday, and I haven't played it yet. So I'll need to get that going at some point. But he's absolutely obsessed, and so
It's a
I
great
think
game.
I think you'll definitely enjoy it a lot. But yeah, let's talk about Frankfurt Galatasaray. 5-1 victory for Frankfurt to open the
Yeah,
Champions League. End of the day, top of the table with that. Tied with PSG on goal difference, but because 5 goals scored instead of four. Frankfurt top of the table, which is wild. Uh, it,
something you're not going to see a whole lot of
no,
this
no, no,
season,
no.
unfortunately.
After the next two games, we will be much lower. We got Atletico away, then we've got Liverpool at home. So a tough schedule coming up there, but it
I
feels
got to
good.
I got to tell you, there's only about three clubs I'm even marginally interested in the Champions League this year, and it's PSV, Athletic Bilbao,
Uh-huh.
a little bit, not
Yeah.
super invested in that one. And I want to see Bodo do good. So
Okay. Yeah.
that's about it from me.
How? Yeah. So real quick on the
Oh,
Frankfurt
and
game.
USG.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to see USG do good. It's their first season in it. I want to see
hmm
it go well for them.
Yeah, and boy did it go well
I know. I hate it.
against your
I hate it.
boys
I hate it.
PSV.
This is
That
the worst thing I have ever seen. I
yeah,
was so
no.
mad. I wanted them to do good, but I didn't want them to do good this week.
Yeah, that was a really poor match from PSV, unfortunately. I mean, Pepe taking the penalty early on, just didn't see Burgess coming, tried to clear the
I
ball and
just
got all man
man,
instead. And then
I
from there,
I haven't
just
had the heart to watch it, honestly.
yeah, I watched that one live, and PSV is kind of the Dutch team I like the most. I don't necessarily wouldn't call myself a fan, but some Bundesliga connections over the years, so I kind of like them. And
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely. I
that was
mean,
a rough
and
one.
the most recent one being
Well, I mean Ricardo
Bakayoko
Pepi,
over to
but
Leverkusen.
Bakayoko, I mean Pepi, Tillman now in the Bundesliga,
Yeah,
but even going back,
Tillman, Bakayoko. You've got Alessane Playa just moved there from
yeah, that's right. I
Gladbach.
forgot about that. I mean
Well, yeah,
Ivan
that's because he got
Perisic.
hurt immediately.
Yeah,
So
but Ivan Perisic played for Bayern for a little bit, and then you look at Frankfurt. I mean, we've got Ritsu Doan now. He played there. Mario
yeah,
Götze played there. Philip Max played
he
there.
had Xavi Simmons come
Yep,
through, and
Xavi.
he's
Yep.
he's at Spurs now. Which didn't Spurs win their game?
Yes.
Oh
They
my
got a
god,
very lucky own goal to open up the
that's right.
match against Villarreal. Yeah, that was bad early, and then the ref kind of. I don't know what the ref was doing in that game. He took all the momentum out, just calling fouls, carding players left and right. I think Spurs ended up taking that one 2-1 if I'm not, or 1-0,
One, one, 1-0.
one
Yep,
one nil.
own
Yeah,
goal being the difference.
yeah.
Oof,
But yeah,
rough.
no, it's an interesting fit there, Xavi at Tottenham. But I think it'll work. I think it's good. He's a very
I'm
talented
actually
player.
very excited to see Tottenham because they've got so their starting lineup for the Champions League. This was not a planned thing to get into, but now we're going to.
Yeah,
So they're starting forwards for Mathis Tell, Mohamed Kudus, and Xavi Simons. That is an
that's
incredible front
that's
three.
that's so fun.
Well, two of them are incredible. I'm not very familiar with Mathis Tell, but I am excited to see what he does.
Yeah, he was
Um,
a well, Bayern bought him, didn't really play him, sent him off to loan at
yeah,
Tottenham last year. He like did
and then they
okay. I was surprised that he ended up going there again this summer,
well,
but
I mean, I would have. I mean,
yeah,
Bayern's proven they aren't going to play you. They're
yeah,
just going
yeah.
to run Harry Kane into the ground and
It's
then go, "Oh, shit."
it's so fair. Hey, Spurs, another team that Frankfurt has to play in the Champions League, and another former striker of ours, now that they have Randall Colomwani on loan, has to face us. So, and also
Yeah,
a team
it's
we faced the last time playing in Champions League. So,
man,
just
it is. There's a lot of history in there.
there's the Champions League drawers definitely, they wanted some spicy matchups here and there. But
But I will have to say, I think honestly, the best game from this opening match day was probably Juve Dortmund.
yeah. Oh, that
That
was
4-4 was disgusting.
with all 8 goals coming in the second half, right? Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I
Yep.
the first
The
half
very
was
first one was Adeyemi at
yep.
52 minutes. That
That
is
that first half was
two.
boring as fuck, man.
It
But
was awful. I only caught the last like 6 minutes of it because I was working and I came back.
right.
That's the bad thing, which is why I'm so thankful for replays,
Hmm.
and which is why I can't get into so many leagues that it's why I can't watch games on OneFootball because they
Mm,
don't do replays. They only do
yeah.
live games, and I can't watch them, and so it's super frustrating because I would love to get into the Danish league. I think
Yeah.
it's the Norwegian league, the Austrian Bundesliga is
I
on there.
think they have some Czech games as well, if I'm not mistaken, or have in the past.
I don't
Um,
think they had any recently, but
yeah,
I could be
it
wrong
might
because
be
I haven't
over
looked.
now. I think they had it in a previous season, but yeah, I haven't seen this year whether they do or not.
Yeah. So let's get into this. The first
Yeah.
thing, obviously, being Seru Dortmund. Um, he's the John Halu of Ghanaians. John Halo. Jesus Christ, guys, I'm not doing good today. But anyway, so yeah, 8 goals in the second half. You had for Dortmund, you had Adeyemi Nemecha. Yeah, is it Kuto or Koto?
I think it's Koto, but I don't honestly know how to pronounce like Portuguese, Brazilian names like that. So
I
I think
just
I've heard
guess
it
and
as
hope
like
someone tells me I'm wrong.
Jan Koto, but
That's what I've heard too.
yeah.
So, and then you had the penalty in the 86th minute, which is also a hilarious saga of
Yes.
who's going to take it, and them all arguing, and then all of us going, "Why is Ben Sabini taking it?"
Hey,
And then he sunk it. So you
he
know what? None of us care.
he put it in perfectly. Apparently, I guess Girassi has missed the past couple of penalties he's taken, so that was kind of why there was an argument there. I think one of the funniest things about that whole argument was the screenshots where you could see the back of Garassi's jersey instead of having his name, it just had Dortmund. So it had
And
Dortmund on the top
Dortmund.
and Dortmund on the bottom.
It's insane. It's so funny. Like
That
how it's the little things. As a certified Dortmund hater, it brought me much joy, which is why I hate having to talk about this game because I hate both of these teams.
yeah, fair.
Well, let
Say
me
I mean
rephrase. I don't hate Dortmund. I am a Dortmund hater. There is a
for,
difference.
yeah, for the bit
My
more
hating,
so than anything,
my
right?
my hating is it's mostly for the bit of everyone thinking I'm a closet Schalke fan, which I mean I do like Schalke. Like let's. Germany is confusing and difficult. I am a
Yeah.
Stuttgart fan first, but there are many clubs that I
There
do enjoy.
that's the beautiful thing about German football is most of the teams are very likable, I think, right? There are only a handful that you're like, yeah, nah, not for me.
Nah. Or
So,
their
so
kits are ugly every year, and you're like, why would you do this to us? I mean, look,
like a lot of Dortmund kits recently.
like every Dortmund kit
Hey,
recently. That's not true.
Their Champions League kit this year is nice.
I would like it better with black shorts.
I think that's very fair. Yeah, it's very gold heavy with
I'm not typically a fan of monochrome. You know what I
that's
mean?
very
Like
fair.
I'm not a big
No
fan of it. I need
no
that.
color rush.
Okay, which is funny because I loved the NFL color rush uniforms. I don't know what the difference is. I don't really think there is one, but I loved it. They were so
I
much fun.
I think it looks
It's because they were
better.
wacky.
I think it also looks better because you've got the helmet the same color, and the shorts aren't like shorts because they go all the way like you don't have players who have like separate socks than like it all connects in the NFL.
I mean,
So
you
I think
do. It just depends on the
well yeah,
player. But yeah,
but for the most
yeah,
part it's
it's
not
one of
quite
those
like college.
things.
Yeah. So
It's fun, you know. Um,
but it wouldn't be Dortmund without surrendering two stoppage time goals to draw
one
that game 4-4.
one of them to Dusan Vlahovic, who has been on the outs with Juve for
Yeah.
over a year at least now. Since at least Moise Keane being sent
Y-
away,
Yeah.
they have been trying to get rid of Vlahovic,
Yeah.
which why they got rid of Keane is hilarious. I mean, I don't know why, but it's hilarious because the
Hey,
dude's balling out.
I am a fan because
Because you're
Fiorentina
a
is
Fiorentina
reaping
fan.
the results of that. I love Vlahovic, obviously, again, a former Fiorentina player. Lots and lots of
Yeah,
Fiorentina players have been poached by Juve over the years, and it's very
that's what
annoying.
Juve does.
It is what Juve does, absolutely, and that's part of the reason I really don't like them. But I do really like Vlahovic, and I think it's fine. I saw a video of a guy riding a scooter in Turin, like a Juventus fan, with a whole sign saying like, "I'm sorry, Vlahovic. I'm sorry. Like I apologize." And it was
Yeah,
really
because
funny.
it's been crazy. He had a really rough year last year,
Hmm.
which I mean, you can't really blame him. Like with a position that's so rooted in confidence, like
Yeah,
dude was screwed from the beginning. And then
yeah,
they brought in Jonathan David this offseason. Like, what's gonna happen?
hmm
Vlahovic has been balling out. That's what's gonna happen.
yeah, yeah. He when he was brought on after David kind of failed to do a lot, Vlahovic went off and got 2 goals and an assist,
Yep.
I believe. Yeah,
Yep.
or just two
He
goals.
had. Let me look. I've got FOTMob pulled up right now. Uh, Vlahovic had 2 goals and an assist.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, no,
And then
he
Joe Kelly in 90
Lloyd Kelly,
plus.
Lloyd Kelly.
I don't know why I said Joe Kelly.
Joe-
Dude,
No
my
worries.
brain's not working today. But yeah,
Lloyd
Lloyd
Kelly.
Kelly here, 90 plus 6 equalizer.
The
Classic
Dortmund
Dortmund.
the their back line absolutely fell asleep on that one and
Their
gave
back
away.
line is held together with hopes and dreams.
It's
The
so
only
true.
it is held together with hopes and dreams. I am adamant
I mean, the only healthy
That
center
either
back
Ryerson or Svensson is going to end up with the most red cards in the Bundesliga this season, just trying to maintain.
and Ryerson was having to fill in as like a center back that game, right? Because
Um,
or was he the because
I don't know.
Koto is a right back and then Svensson's a left back. I think I mean Anton was the only true center back
Either
they
way,
had.
it's not
It's
good.
not good. No, it's not good. But Lloyd Kelly scoring that
No, they
one.
were running a three. They
It
were
was
running a
three.
three. It was
Okay,
Benzabini, Anton, and
that's
Ryerson all at the back,
yes,
and
Benzabaini
then
who
Svensson and Koto were playing out wide.
were the wing backs. Okay, and
Yep.
Benzabaini is not always the most defensively responsible player out there. That's for sure.
This is these ratings on FotMob are awful.
Read them off for the defense. I want to hear him.
Fantastic. Do you want me to include Svensson and Koto as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Svensson has a 6.5.
Okay,
Jan Koto has an 8.1 because of the
the
goal
goal.
and all
Yep,
the other stuff that he did.
he played well.
Ryerson has the next highest at 6.0.
Okay,
And
higher
then
than I would have expected.
Ben Sabini and Anton are both at 5.8. And Gregor Kobel, Mr. Do Everything for Dortmund, unfortunately, is sitting at a 5.3 because that
Oof.
back line did not help him whatsoever.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wasn't great, but I it's hard to blame a lot of the goals on it. I mean, Keenan
There's only
Yildiz'
so
shot
much
was
you can do.
yeah,
There's only so much you can do as a goalie.
yeah,
Like your defense has a huge impact on how
Yeah.
well your game goes.
Absolutely. And some of the shots he faced were just unstoppable, really, from Juventus. I mean, that Yildiz shot was insane, and that's
Yeah.
not the first game that he's done that in recently because
Nope.
Il
Yildiz has to pull wonder goals out for Juve to continue to play well. It's kind of gross to watch and kind of disappointing actually, because like with the lineup they've got, you would expect Juve to be on it. Which I mean, they did in the Derby d'Italia. It was a 4-4.
exactly
It was a
4 to
4-4
3,
against Inter.
no, 4-3,
Oh
right?
no, it was a 4-3 win.
4-3 this time.
I'm thinking
They
about
they
the
they had
one
the
from
four
last
four
season.
last year, which was
Yeah,
entertaining.
that was a good one. This was
That was
great.
fun. Yeah, 4-3
I'm not gonna.
victory.
I didn't. I watched the whole thing, but I don't remember any of it.
I did not.
I
I
remember that
watched.
it was like 7 bangers on goals. Like
Yeah,
it was only
it was
worldies.
incredible.
It
Yeah,
was
no, I
ridiculous.
watched like the first half of it. I didn't really catch the second half, but I watched all the goals from that one, and I mean, Ildiz with a banger, Lloyd Kelly with a banger, Hakan Çalhanoğlu with two bangers for Inter, both the Thuram kids scoring, Marcus and Kefram, and then I
People
can't even.
are so mad that they saw the two of them laughing and talking to each other.
I
Like,
mean,
bro,
they're brothers,
bro,
and but and
you guys
then
gotta relax.
I can't even remember what the dude's name is. It's like some Balkan name, Ajic or something. Scored the winner for Juventus pretty late, and
Yeah,
now
it was real late.
and then now Juventus sits top of Serie A. That's
I hate it.
crazy to me.
I don't want to see it.
I know. I know I saw some Juve fans talking about how they wanted Igor Tudor to continue on as coach this year after last year, even though he didn't do like the greatest job there necessarily, but
They'd probably
hey,
be in the same situation if they
yeah,
just kept Thiago Mata.
maybe. I don't
He
know.
went
They
through a little bit of a rough patch,
it
but
was
I
pretty
think it would have
rough.
been okay.
I think so too, but it's Juventus. They've got high
Picky.
standards and all that shit, so they don't like to give people time and
Well,
so yeah.
no club likes to do that. The only one that does that is Heidenheim. Frank
Freiburg
Schmidt.
too.
Frank Schmidt ain't going nowhere.
Oh hell
Like
no.
they could get
They,
relegated with
they could
0
go
wins this season,
they could
and
go
they'd be like, it's whatever.
they could go down to the Dritte Liga and he'd still be their manager because he brought them from the fifth or sixth tier
Something
all the way
ridiculous
up to
like
the
that.
Bundesliga and
And
uh,
into Europe in their first
yeah,
season,
yeah,
which is what
insane stuff.
fucked them.
Yo,
That's what
absolutely.
had they
The
just lost a couple more games, okay? Look, here's what I'm saying, right? If Heidenheim had just lost a couple more games and finished in 10th, okay?
mhm. They would have been fine last
They
year.
would have been perfectly fine last year. They
Yeah,
would have been probably in 10th again. Like
yeah. I don't know if they would have finished that high, but they wouldn't have finished in the
in
relegation
the
playoff spot. I
playoffs,
don't think so. No,
which I
playoffs.
have to So one thing I will say about Juve is I think they should swap where Openda and McKinney have been playing. I think
Yeah,
Openda might do a little bit more. I think
because
Openda might play a little bit better in a wider spot than McKinney is.
because they kind of
It's
been
an
playing
odd
McKinney as a
setup.
wing back, right? And a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's weird because like if they'd kept Tim Weah, that's where they'd probably be playing him. And Tim Weah is arguably a better defender than he is an attacker, but he's a pretty good attacker. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it
he
works
did
out
score
either
for
way.
Marseille in the Champions League this week too.
Oh, you
The
mean he scored to put them in the league, and so the refs had to activate
had to give
Mbappe
the Madrid automatic penalty. Absolutely.
twice.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Anyway,
Oh, I hate that club. We don't need to talk about them.
yeah, we don't need to get into all that.
No, but
um,
were there any other
that's enough
games that?
about Juve.
Yeah, enough about it, Juve for sure. Any other games in Europe from this week that you found
um,
interesting or wanted to talk about?
Man, none that I watched. Unfortunately, I am glad that Bodo managed to pull off that
Hmm.
late tie
Yeah.
against
Slavia
Prague.
Praha, yeah.
Slavia Prague. I'm very excited about that. So it's
That
exciting.
was a nice winner there.
Look,
Or not winner,
PS
drawing goal.
PSG put an absolute spanking on Atalanta, which
Ugh. Yeah.
PSG putting a spanking on people is kind of to be expected a little bit.
Hmm.
But also, Atalanta needs to step it up. This is a
They
bad
they
start to the season.
they need to do something. I mean, they're sitting in, I believe, seventh place in Serie A right now, but
Hold
that's
on.
with a
Yes,
win and two draws
a
against
win and two draws
three
against
relegation sides.
against three relegation sides in the guaranteed relegated Lecce. They did literally everything possible
Yeah.
to guarantee their relegation this season, even going as far as to hire, who was it? Di
It
Francesco.
was, yeah,
Yes, who has
EDF, dude.
been
He's
relegated
awful.
both of the
To
last two
yeah,
seasons.
to
Lecce is going
he
down, and I'm a little sad about it.
I am sad too, but hiring EDF is a death sentence, and
Why would you do that?
that's their own
It's
fault for doing
ridiculous.
that.
They
Yeah.
did this on purpose. And then their draws were against Pisa and Parma, which I, after watching the Atalanta Parma game over again because I hate myself, I am willing to say that Parma looked good against Atalanta instead of Atalanta looked like shit against Parma.
Yeah,
Both things can be true, but after watching it again, I am willing to give them the benefit of a doubt.
yeah, I think that's fair. Parma did a lot of good things in that game, and I think of those three sides that Atalanta has faced so far, they're the most likely to stay up, even though they lost a lot of their very good players over the summer. But they still have Zion Suzuki in goal, and Bernabe in the midfield, attacking midfielder. He's a pretty nice player, so there's still a possibility for Parma. It's just it's rough for them right now.
To put it into perspective, all three of the teams that Atalanta faced are currently 18th, 19th, and 20th,
Yeah, they're all
each
them.
with one draw and two losses. And two of their one draws is against Atalanta. Like, this is not
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Now I did see that Lookman did return to training for Atalanta, so we'll see what happens
Juric isn't
there.
going to play him.
Yeah, yeah. You're it's
Look at what Juric did to Dybala in Roma and
yeah,
Mats Hummels. Look at what he did to both of them. He sat them on the
yep.
sidelines and just said, "You're not here."
He kind of did the same
Neither
with
of them started playing until Juric was gone.
yeah.
Mats
You're
Hummels
not
did not see his first minutes on the field until after Juric was gone.
yeah.
This man was on Instagram posting like, "Ah, well, maybe I'll get to play one day. Vacation."
Yeah.
Like,
And Juric did the same thing with Nemanja Radonjic at Torino. Now, Radonjic is kind of a hothead and has had different fights with different managers and personnel over the time. But he was, one of Torino's more talented players at the time, and Juric just kind of left him out of the squad a lot, or just played him as a sub. And it's like, come on, like,
I don't understand what his problem is, and
yeah,
I cannot comprehend this hiring.
yeah, it's a weird one. It's
It's
a
a
really weird one.
stupid one.
Yeah. I think he's a
Now,
fine enough manager if you want to
watch, they'll be in
aim
like
for
sixth.
mid-table,
They'll be
but
in like fifth or
aiming.
sixth at the end of the season, and we'll both be like, "Man, we were dickheads."
Hey, you
But
know
I
what?
don't believe so. So
I'll be happy if we're wrong because I do like Atalanta a bit. They're, friends of Frankfurt, but yeah, I find it hard to believe that they'll finish top seven at least. I think there are enough
no.
better sides in Italy than them right now.
Yeah, if I had to look at it, just like I got the table pulled up right now, and I could probably name you the top seven by the end of the season. It'll be Napoli and Juve, obviously.
hmm
Roma will be up there.
Inter, of course.
Inter's in 11th right
I
now,
know, I
so
know, but they'll end higher. They'll end higher.
they'll end up in the top seven, 100%. Like, there's no way
hmm
it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I would put AC Milan up there as well,
I put them
because
above Atalanta at least.
I mean they're sitting at 2-0-1 right now, and the only one they lost against was Cremonese,
Cremonese, yeah.
which is nuts. They're sitting in third right now.
hmm Oh man,
um,
let that happen. I want them to
Dude,
do well.
I want Cremonese to be
Dude.
in sixth at the end of the
Okay.
season. I want to see it happen.
Get
I want to see
get
them in the conference league next year. Get one more year out of
but
Danny Vardy.
the likelihood of that being a Conference League spot is pretty low. It'll probably be Europa League just because Coppa Italia is the
That's
way
true.
that
Coppa Italia is nuts.
they structure the cup in Italy just so heavily favors top sides because the better sides don't enter the competition until what, like the quarterfinals, and then it's like a
Um,
two-legged semifinal or
it's all two-legged every time.
yeah, yeah.
I think. No, maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember.
After like the
Anyway,
first two rounds, yeah, it's insane.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, England does the same thing, and I hate their cup competition too. But I love watching it because you can get some really
it's
wild
fun.
upset, like Grimsby Town
Grimsby
over Man U.
Town,
That was incredible.
you just got slapped by the fish. Oh, that was
Oh
beautiful.
man, I I really want to see as far as Serie A goes.
Mhm,
If I had to guess our relegated sides, it'll be Lecce.
mhm.
I'm pulling for Verona. I am manifesting it. And unfortunately, I do think it'll be Pisa going down,
Yeah,
which I'm a little sad about, but that would continue the trend of two promoted sides staying up and one going down like we had last season,
mhm.
which if Venezia had just picked a better coach or changed
Yeah.
earlier,
Hmm.
we would have
They
had all
could have
three of them.
because their roster honestly was fine enough for a
Yeah.
decent manager to keep them up, but
Yeah, it would
they
have
just
been
had to
fine.
stick with EDF and Venezia went
Why
down.
would you do it?
Yeah,
You shouldn't
silly.
do it.
But yeah, I
Uh,
think Pisa just I don't think they invested enough, and I don't think they have the money to, in
yeah,
order to
that's
stay
that's the
up,
thing.
and that's
That's
the
that's what
unfortunate.
that's the other thing. So when Heidenheim lost all of their players, they got so much money in for all of them, and then
But
didn't do anything with it,
they
which is
didn't lose their players until after their first season in the Bundesliga.
yeah,
Like they came up, they kept Kleindienst for that year. Jan Nicholas Besta was there.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of who this other
Those are the
player.
big ones, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
those
those
are
were
the
the
big ones.
big ones, and now they're both back in the Bundesliga because Jans Nicholas Besta went to Benfica and it didn't go well for him, and
Hmm.
now he's
Now
back
is
playing for who is it?
with
Freiburg.
Freiburg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he's with Freiburg now, and then Kleindienst obviously is injured on Gladbach, which once we're all clowning on
oh,
Gladbach, but once Kleindienst comes back, like Gladbach could be a problem.
but also Gladbach. No more Seoane for them. I we could see a whole new Gladbach going forward, depending on who they choose as their manager, because the options are limited right now. But I think that Gladbach with a better manager will be able to do some damage. I think their roster is still solid, but
I think it's been solid,
yeah,
like since it was
yeah,
dismantled. Like, I mean, even after they lost, Jan Sommer and
Turam
Kone
and
and
yeah,
Turam,
yeah,
and
Manu Kone, yeah,
who's on
that
Roma now,
yep,
who's
he's a nice player.
bossing the Serie A
Hmm.
midfields. It's disgusting.
He's damn good. But they do have Rocco Wrights in that midfield, and maybe a new
Yeah,
manager gives Florian Neuhaus a new lease on life there.
and
I
then they
think he's
just
still very talented. So
they had Ko Itakura, and then they just lost him.
yes, he went to Ajax, I believe, if I'm not
I
mistaken. Because
think
I know we were linked with him for
so.
a little bit, but I think he ended up going to Ajax, and then but I
What
still
I would
think
have given to have Ko Itakura on Stuttgart, because if Jeff Chabot gets hurt,
there's no
that's the
one
defense.
there
That's
to
the
step up.
defense.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean Finn Yelch and
I
oh
forgot you
damn it,
guys got
who's the other
Yelch. Yeah.
guy? Damn it, who's the other guy? Hendricks. They are solid CBs, but they're both young,
Hmm.
and there's no
And
experience
you
there in the
kind of
middle
want
without Chabot.
that experience.
Which there is Zagadou as well, but that man's
Hmm.
a walking knee injury, so
Mm, yeah, yeah, he
hopefully he
is
can stay healthy this
unfortunately
season. I'm very
somewhat made
excited for
of
that.
glass. Yeah,
Very excited to see if he can stay healthy this season.
yeah. All right, so I know one thing, Frog, that you've been getting pretty into over the past year that I haven't gotten myself quite into yet. The hours are a little tough for me, but
They
I know
are.
replays are available. Asian
I'll
football, I
send you the
know,
link for it.
yes, please. But Asian football, I know you've gotten really into the K League and the
Yeah,
Asian Champions League, I think is going on right now as well. That
it
started
is. It
up.
just
So
started. Yeah, it just
yeah.
started this week. The main phase of it.
Hmm.
I don't remember. I think they're doing league phase now instead
I
of group
when I
stage,
was looking at the
which I
standings, it
don't
looks like a
remember.
league phase.
Looks like
It
it's
looks like
league
it was
now.
like two groups of kind
Yeah,
of
so
yeah.
so the ACL is divided into East and West,
Hmm.
which prior to last year they stayed that way until the final, and then it was East versus
Hmm.
West. Now I believe it's in the quarterfinals. They can mix and match after that,
Interesting.
but in the league phase, well, it's just there. It's huge. I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's a lot of countries. I mean, it's
yeah.
something that I really
It's
believe could be really awesome uh, in Europe as well. But then you get into like all the Eastern Europe countries, like
yeah.
it just I feel like it would let them go further into the
It
competition.
would be nice if the Champions League was more of a Champions League and not a, oh, you finished high in a league. Let's put you in this bigger money competition so we can make more money kind of thing, you
You
know.
know,
But unfortunately that is the way that modern
well,
football
that's
is
the way it
going.
used to be,
Yes, yes it is.
which is a part of the reason we got all the various winners that we did, like
Hmm.
Red Star Belgrade, Celtic,
Celtic, yep. Um,
Ajax won what like four. I know they won at
yeah,
least three in a
they've
row.
won some, I think
PSV and
PSV has won it, Feyenoord. Yeah.
yeah, that I could not say it. Like it just was not coming out.
Fair. But
But yeah, so anyway, for so in Asian football, like obviously the hours are going to be real weird. Like if you're trying to watch Australia, which is part of the Asian Football Confederation instead of Oceania, they made that change a while back.
mhm.
They have actually had a team win the ACL, which was the Western Sydney Wanderers.
Okay.
Um, but that's the only one. So the big countries that you'll see typically winning it are Korea, Japan, and Saudi Arabia,
Hmm. Yeah, which would make sense given,
which makes
I
sense
mean,
to me.
obviously Korean and Japanese football have been very good for some time now, and Saudi Arabia is investing heavily. And even before they started investing heavily, still had
Right,
like some
everybody's
teams
calling
that
it a
did.
retirement league, but like honestly, they're the big name old money the big money old name signings are not as prevalent as the jokes would say.
Yeah,
Is it a league that I would watch? Maybe.
but I mean, even before
Maybe.
that, like Al Halal was going far in competitions and stuff. Even though, yeah, like
Yeah,
you've got,
yeah.
it is so hilarious to watch those sides with the big money signings crash out in the later rounds of ACL, though, I find. But
It's very funny, but also Al Hilal just won it. Al
hmm.
Ali just won it last year. They beat Kawasaki Frontale in the final. I
Hmm.
was very sad.
Yeah,
I was pulling very hard for Kawasaki.
yeah.
It's been Saudi versus Japan both of the last seasons. It was Al Hilal versus Yokohama F
Mm.
Marinos, which I'm glad they didn't win. Citigroup
Yeah,
ownership and
yep.
whatnot, which I don't think it's a very large percentage, but it's still
It's still
there, and I hate
part of
it.
that. Yeah.
um, and then last season it was Al Ali versus Kawasaki for Tale.
Hmm.
So the big thing that I've gotten into obviously has been the K League, and that's
Yep.
because all the games are available to stream live on their website if you happen to be awake at that time, which sometimes I am. So sometimes I'll just hop on and watch it. Um, but they're also all available on replays. And a big thing for me is they have English commentary on. So it's a 12-team league. So there's 6 games per week, and they have English commentary on 4 of them. It
Okay.
used to only be 2 uh, last season, I believe. It was only 2. 2 per week with 2 commentators. Now
Okay.
it's 4 games per week with 1 commentator,
I think that's probably fair.
which
Like,
I like. I like that a
yeah.
lot more because it means that I get to watch the teams that I'm interested in more and get to really follow that. So just to look at the K League 2 just super fast.
Hmm.
Hold on just a second. I was going to start with K League 1 and then changed my mind all of a sudden and had not prepared for it. So
Hey,
just to
that's
start,
why we roll here, you know?
yeah, right. Just to start with K League 2. So K League 2 is the way promotion relegation works in the Korean leagues, is there is one direct relegation spot of last place. So if you finish at 12th after the playoffs, you are immediately relegated. And
Mhm.
then first place is auto
Auto
promoted
promoted, yeah.
from K League 2, which last season was FC Anyang. Anyang. I'm gonna butcher a lot of this,
No
but
worries. I got nothing on Korean
but
pronunciation,
yep,
unfortunately, either.
I'm just going off of the K League United podcast and how they said everything
Fair.
because oh god, it was such a good show. It was such a good podcast too, and like now they're not posting as much, and
Mm,
it's making me
yeah, that's
sad.
unfortunate. Well, we got to fill that void here, you know?
Right? It's like now I get to talk about them. Yeah. So season before last, it was a shock relegation for Suwon Samsung Blue Wings,
I've heard of them, yeah.
oh, see, yeah, they
Yeah.
were shockingly relegated for the first. If I remember right, it's the first time in their history.
Wow. Yeah.
Um, and last season they came in third in K League 2.
Mm.
No, they came in sixth. They
Oh,
missed the
wow.
playoffs entirely.
Mm.
Ooh boy. Yeah. So anyway, so the way it works is it's a triple round robin for the first for K League 1. So there's 12 teams. You play 33 games, and then it breaks into uh, playoffs.
Okay.
And then you play, and then it's 6 and 6, and then the bottom three are in danger of relegation. So 12th is auto relegated, and then 11th and 10th both go into playoffs
Oh,
against the winners of the playoffs from K League 2.
interesting.
Which last season, very interestingly, okay, last season, the big ones, Incheon United was relegated
Hmm.
last season. Suwon Samsung Blue Wings were relegated the season before. Everyone expected Suwon to just dog walk K League 2, and it didn't happen. They finished sixth, which is awful.
Yeah.
They didn't prepare properly. They lost some players, and it just didn't go
You,
well.
you, you could say they pulled a Schalke right there.
They did, unfortunately. So the difference is Incheon, after they got relegated, they poached Gangwon's coach and made some good signings. Gangwon went from relegations playoffs to third last season.
Oh, wow.
They're in K League. They're in the ACL Elite, which is the
Oh,
top
wow.
level this
Hmm.
season. So yeah, I think they've ended up finishing third, behind winners Ulsan.
Classic. They're always up there.
Not this year.
Well,
This year they're not doing
historically, I
good.
should say. Historically, they have
They
they've
had
been.
won 3 years in a row.
Mhm.
So what Incheon did is they hired a good coach, and they have been dog walking the league.
Okay.
No, Gangwon finished second.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've been dog walking the league this year. They're 10 points ahead near the end of the season. Automatic promotion looks like a given, which is good. It'll be good to have Incheon back in the first league because then we get the FC Seoul Incheon Derby.
Mm.
And it has been really nice to have Anyang back in the K League 1 for the first time because now we have the FC Seoul, FC Anyang Derby, which is a fun one because FC Seoul was originally based in Anyang
Okay. Okay.
and was then relocated to Seoul because the capital didn't have like
A full
a big
team, a
team.
big team.
They
Yeah.
had the World Cup Stadium there, and then it was
Hmm.
all this other stuff, and so then they moved to FC Seoul there.
Now, out of
Um,
curiosity,
what's up?
why is Incheon and Seoul like a rivalry or derby considered? Because Incheon, I don't know, or I guess it's not too far, right?
Dude, don't get me to lying
I
about the
forget.
geography.
I forget where, but isn't it like
Don't get
more
me
of a
to lying about
suburb? I don't know.
geography.
I don't know.
But
I'm not
it
asking.
is one. I don't know exactly why. I don't remember exactly where it is. I know Anyang, I believe, is a suburb of Seoul, or
You know
maybe
what?
not a suburb, but relatively
Maybe
around there.
maybe Incheon is closer than I thought. I haven't looked at my South Korean geography in a long time,
I
and
don't think I've ever looked at South Korea geography.
oh, I don't think I've ever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. No. Incheon is pretty close.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
Yeah.
So last season, just to run through who was in the relegation spots and why it's so interesting this year. Incheon obviously was automatically relegated with 39 points. Okay,
This is out of how many games ultimately? 33? Oh, wait,
38,
38.
38 games total. So
Okay.
they play their 33, and then they split and they play one game
Okay.
against everybody in their bracket, and
Okay.
then that's the season. So they had 39 points, 9 wins, 12 draws, 17 losses.
That's rough.
Daegu FC, who finished in 11th, had 40 points, 9 wins, 13 draws, and 16 losses.
Oof.
Yep. And then in 10th was John Book, who is 10 points in first this season. Um,
That's incredible. I love that kind of shit, man. Go
it's great.
from bottom to
It's
top. That's
I
awesome.
I have thoroughly enjoyed being a K League fan. John Book's coach reminds me of Phil the monkey from Madagascar. I'll send you a picture of him later.
Yeah, I'll need to see a
I
picture.
just there's something about the way his face looks. Oh man, who else did he go? That's not important. Anyway, so
Fair.
John Book was in 10th with 42 points.
Hmm.
So obviously John Book and Daegu both went into
The playoffs. Yeah.
the playoffs, and see if I can pull them up real quick.
Now,
Nope, they're
for
not there.
the promotion like relegation playoffs that happen in K League,
Right?
is it just second and third in the K2
No,
face?
they
Okay,
have their
that's
own
I was
playoffs.
wondering if that might be the
So
case.
second through fifth goes into the playoffs. I don't remember if
Okay.
it's second and fourth and third and fifth, or if it's second and fifth
Probably
and
second
third and
and fifth,
fourth.
third and fourth, right?
That's
That's
what I think it is.
hmm
So they have their own. They have their playoff first,
hmm
and then they go into a two-legged playoff
Okay.
against
Oh, two-legged. I
10th
mean,
and 11th,
I guess that's how
which is
Germany does it
why
too,
it
but
is it is very rare for a team to make the playoffs and get
and
promoted.
get promoted. Yeah.
John
That's
Book
tough.
John Book beat out Seoul Eland last season, which I was really wanting Seoul Eland to be in there because that's another Seoul
Yeah.
derby. And I can't remember who Daegu beat. Unfortunately, it's Johnham Dragons. That's who it
Okay.
was.
It's a
Yeah,
cool name.
right. It's
Yeah.
pretty sick. Um, but anyway, this season things are getting really interesting because for the longest time, Daejeon Hannah Citizen was in first place, which some of the clubs will have Citizen in their name, and it's more like city owned and
Okay.
run and managed, if I'm remembering correctly, because a lot of these come from corporations and
Yep.
like works teams like the Pohang
Hmm.
Steelers and
Yep.
John Book Hyundai Motors. Like it's in their name. Ulsan
Yeah.
Hyundai. Like there, a lot
And
of them are
that's
associated directly with companies.
and that's the way a lot of J League works, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
And
that's the way a lot of it
obviously
works.
it's
And then
how
I think their baseball leagues
hmm
work the same
Yep.
way.
Yep. Yeah. And of course we have that in Germany with Wolfsburg and Leverkusen. I mean even
Which you know
PSV
what?
for a long time was a
Who?
workers I said
Yeah,
PSV
PSV. Yeah,
was a
they were
Philips
the
worker.
Phillips,
Yeah.
and
And it's
now
in the
they
name, Philips Sportverein. Yeah.
yeah.
But
It is what it is. What it is,
yeah.
man. I mean, it's just part. That's part of sports. Uh, Companies being involved in sports is every bit as intrinsic and inherent to sports as politics.
Fair.
But that is a rant that I
That
am not going to get into today because we've got
that
like 3 minutes until 50 plus starts.
yes.
So,
No, and that's one reason why, I'll never like love a Wolfsburg or a Leverkusen like that, but I'm not gonna hate them to the degree that like a Leipzig is or
right.
where at
Because,
least those sides have been or even a Hoffenheim because or as in like I don't like Hoffenheim because Hop invested like later. Like they didn't start as a workers club of SAP. They got the SAP money
right.
later.
So, I
But
actually don't really have a huge issue with Hoffenheim because that's a guy that played for the club in the youth levels and he's coming back to invest in his.
but
That's a
the
nice
only reason he
story,
got
but
around it
like,
was because he invested in it for a long time before
yeah,
50 plus 1 was officially introduced and then
yeah,
and that money has absolutely bailed them out despite having just no supporter culture at all in Germany. I mean, they're
I mean,
they're
Hoffenheim's a very, very
they
small
don't even
city.
play in Hoffenheim. They play in Sinsheim. They're right next to
Yeah, because
a friggin' aerospace museum, which I thought was funny. My brother came across a video of that museum and was like, "Yo, we need to go." And I'm like, "Wait, isn't this like right across the highway from Hoffenheim Stadium? Maybe go during a Frankfurt match and I mean,
yeah, you can hit them both.
basically a Frankfurt home game when we play there. But anyway, yeah. Any more thoughts
Yeah.
on the K League before we close things out here?
So yes, so what is really interesting, obviously, John Book is Jesus. That's way different than the last time I looked at these points numbers. So last time I thought I said that they were only 10 points ahead.
Uh-huh.
John Book is currently 20 points clear. In first place, they are at 20 wins, 6 draws, and 3 losses.
So
Um,
well, I mean, I guess you've got playoffs after,
they
but
are they're currently at 29 games, so there's a grand total of 9 games left.
hmm
So if John Book loses every game until the end of the season, and one of Pohang Steelers, Daejeon Hannah Citizen, or Gimcheon Sungmu wins every
every
game until
game
the end of the season, yes, it could happen.
it could
It's
happen.
not going to. So John Book basically has this in the bag. Gimcheon Sangmu. Okay, this is a really interesting one that K
Uh-huh.
League does. I'm going to do this real fast, and then we can
Yeah,
call it
no
a day.
worries, no worries.
So Gimcheon Sangmu is actually one of the military teams
Okay.
in the Republic of Korea. Uh, all of their players are on loan. They don't have permanent players.
Wow.
So basically, every season, their roster is completely overhauled twice.
Is it is it like people who because military
Military
participation
is
is required?
compulsory in
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Are they
compulsory.
all military people who
Yes,
then play?
they
Okay.
are all other soccer players that are doing their, I believe it's 22-month
hmm
service. So they go on loan to Gimcheon so they can keep playing.
Interesting.
They
Okay.
are in second right now. They finished third last season. Gimcheon has varying degrees of success, but currently with the manager they have right now, they are doing very well. Uh, FC Seoul is in seventh,
Oop.
which is not good. It's it
They're right on the edge of those playoffs, right?
ah they're 1 point behind fourth.
Oh
So
shit.
like
Okay. So it's close.
behind,
It's close
behind
with
fifth. Yeah,
okay.
like it's they're at 40 points. Fifth and sixth are at 41,
hmm
and second through fourth are at 46 and 45. Like
Oh well.
they're
Okay.
right there in the hunt.
Yeah.
So I just need them to do better than Gangwon. Like I don't know if I'm like 100% on the FC Seoul train, but like that's kind of where I'm leaning. They've got Moon Sun Min,
Hey,
they've got Jesse Lingard, they've got
got
oh
Lingard
man,
now. Wow. Wait,
they've
because
had Lingard.
he
This is his second year.
okay, yeah.
He's captaining the side this year,
Nice.
right? Which is a really big turnaround from last season when he ended up getting benched. The manager Kim Ki
Oof.
Dong was coming out like his work ethic, all this other stuff. Same manager this season, and he's captaining the side. And let me tell you, I watched. Theirs is the only ACL game I watched this week
hmm
because I've
It
been
was the first
busy.
round, right?
This is the first round.
Yeah.
It's the only one I watched. It was against Machida Zelvia from Japan.
Okay.
Uh, it ended 1-1. It was a good game. And Jesse Lingard had the assist for the goal that FC Seoul scored. It was a wonderful assist. Great counterattack. And then in the second half, they brought on Moon Sun Min, who's getting up there, but he's a speedy guy. He's probably my favorite South Korean player
Hell yeah.
for no other reason than I just really like his name. My love and hate are petty and arbitrary.
I
And
love it.
I don't know why, but I love him and I want a jersey.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Well, you
I'll
got to
talk
get
about
one.
more K League. I'll talk about more K League next week.
We will talk more K-League going forward. From the sounds of it, what Joan Book would have to do to lose that league would be the largest gumbo spill in history. But
Jesus,
it
it'd be
is
incredible to
currently
watch.
7 o'clock Eastern, which means that the gumbo spill experts, 50 plus donor, are starting their show. We're a few minutes late. Incredible jersey, by the way, that Frog is wearing. I have one as well. Shout out 50 plus donor every Thursday at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. followed up by Shades of Blue's lit stream because I know Beeflem is on that tonight.
Oh,
Uh,
is he really?
so
Well,
yeah,
I guess I'm gonna have to check it out. I like the
yeah,
lit streams. I love the
yeah,
Shades of Blues
yeah.
guys.
They're fun.
They're
Even
great
though
people.
they're City fans,
They're
they're a
City
lot of
fans,
fun.
but like they're fun, so
But
it's
yeah,
okay.
so we're gonna get off of here to go watch those excellent streams. Thank you all for tuning in. Follow Frog and I on on Blue Sky. I think Frog is frogofbone.bsky.social. I'm johnben.bsky.social. And yeah, we'll see you next week with more ramblings about different leagues and definitely get some more Asian talk in here. Thanks.
Absolutely. All right, bye guys.